Good morning, everybody. Oren J here with another War of the Visions video, and today we are going to do the countdown, the how to stay strong, and staying strong is going to be a theme in this video, to get ready for Final Fantasy VII, probably the most hyped collaboration this game has had yet. It's coming pretty soon. There's some stuff in between now and then, though, that we need to look at, so you can figure out how much visiore you want to drop between then and now, what you need to do to be ready for Final Fantasy VII. But remember, stay strong, and we're going to talk about how to do that right now. Okay, so this video is going to be a prediction on my part, on week by week, what we are going to get before Final Fantasy VII, as well as a prediction on when Final Fantasy VII is going to drop. Now, the global 1.5 year anniversary is in late September, like what you see on the screen here, right? In JP, the Final Fantasy VII event started a couple of weeks before the anniversary and then ran through it. It's a very long event. It's a collaboration with multiple waves of units coming out. So we can expect that same kind of treatment here. Now, with our global 1.5 year anniversary in late September, I think Final Fantasy VII will drop mid-September. So let's go over now to mid-September and what we still have to deal with in between then and now. And I want to start with a slide I'm going to call the Lost Children. Okay, what are the Lost Children? These are the ones where I don't know where to put them on the release schedule. Now, precursor to this whole thing, my release schedule is guaranteed to be at least slightly wrong, right? I'm using what information I can pull from JP and making the most educated guess that I can. I'm not going to get it perfect, but I'm sure as heck not going to put these people in the right spot. Now, the Lost Children, we're talking about two units we haven't gotten yet. That's Swimsuit Lilith and Swimsuit Ketone, two summer units that we're expecting to drop at some point. What's the release date on these? Whenever Gooby decides they need to hit us with some content. This will be a big visiore drain for a lot of people because people like these units and they will go for them. Gummy knows that, and so they will put them out at a strategic time. There's also going to be a re-release of some things. There's a couple vision cards, right? Like the Moggle vision card, and I'm hoping they also re-release Ildira's vision card because I missed that the first time and I would love another shot at it. Not sure yet, but I think those are coming eventually. And we have EX jobs coming for our 3 winter units that we already have, Ramada, Venera, and Victora. So at some point, there's going to be a strategic boom, here you go. These are going to be a plate, a way for Gumi to maybe fill a week up where they decide that they don't have some content to drop that week, etc. But expect these at some point before Final Fantasy VII, I think. Now, let's go to a release schedule. And let's talk about my predictions for what's coming. I'm going to start my predictions at 6:30, June 30th. That is next Wednesday. And then I'm going to go to Final Fantasy VII. To go in order, I'm going to start with Dwayne and his vision card. Now, this first chart that you see is a 5-week period, and I've organized it into just 4 weeks based on the sets that were released in JP. Dwayne and his vision card came out, and actually they came out, I believe Dwayne came out and then his vision card came out. Not 100% sure on that, but in global, I'm pretty sure we'll get them both at the same time again. Dwayne getting an EX is going to be a big swing in the global meta, and I expect people will go for him really hard. Dark is super powerful, so this will be a bit of a visiore drain for people, and it'll give you a chance to get his vision card if you missed it the first time. Okay, next, so now we're getting into July. We have a pretty big week early in July. We have an MR vision card in Esper Kraken coming out. We have EX jobs for Whisper, another big time dark unit EX, King Curry and Severo, as well as Two-Headed Dragon getting his 3-star awakening. So I expect that early July. Once we start getting to middle July, we're going to have some new units coming along. Cowl and more plus EX Vistral would be next in line if we followed the JP schedule. So maybe early mid-July for them. I know a lot of people are excited about more. I've heard almost nothing about Cowl, so I don't know, but do expect to get them. Then, as we move towards late July, you're going to get a big dump if we got the same stuff that JP got. One is Earth Selection Quest. We have Light Selection Quest that released today. Earth is looking like it's going to be a month from today. That'll give us Moraga, another UR unit, and I heard that this quest is actually pretty hard to get, but at least it won't cost you a bunch of visiore to get this guy. Coming with him is some good stuff. EX Ketone, big deal, a lot of people love Ketone. EX Mary Luke and EX regular Little Leela, plus a new vision card, Stellar Guidance. Don't know what they'll call it in Global yet, but that's what it was called in JP. Plus, Shiva is getting her 3-star awakening, and I believe Titan, who I just forgot to put on here, is also getting his 3-star awakening. So that'll be a big week, and that's towards the end of July. Now, if you look at this, the time period that I have there from June 30th to July 28th actually covers 5 weeks. So my guess would be, at some point within those 5 weeks, we get a massive amount of summer units or like winter units to EX. That's my prediction on when those lost children will show up. But my theme for July, you guys, is stay strong. I'm going to preach stay strong in this thing because you need a lot of visiore to max out the Final Fantasy VII units if you're going for them. There's a lot of good things here. So know yourself, right? Like, know how much money you're willing to spend. If it's nothing, on this list, what's really game-changing? I would say EX Dwayne is huge. Beyond that, Moraga, you could get him because he's a selection quest if your Earth units are ready. Otherwise, there's a lot of stuff I'd probably pass here. If you're a Whisper fan, you're going to go for that. More, pretty good. But this would be a good chance to start saving up if you haven't started saving already. Okay, let's go on to the next month. We are now going to go from August, right, because that's the next month, into September. And you'll see things kind of slow down in on the release front, but I think early August, will start with a banger of a unit in Charlotte. You're going to get Charlotte, EX Dario, and EX, wait, what is this chick's name? Hold on, I'm going to look. Uni. So Charlotte, Dario EX, Uni EX, all dropping. Charlotte is a great magic tank. I've heard nothing but good things about her. If you don't have range, she's someone who could like slot in there for you real good. So I think this will be a big temptation for a bunch of people before Final Fantasy VII comes out. Now, if you're sitting on like 150k visiore, like I know some of you are going to be, Charlotte might be a good option for you. She's lightning element. Cloud is also lightning element. Maybe you have a cool little like lightning synergy duo there. I don't know. Dario EX I expect to be really good, and Uni EX is Uni EX. I don't know anything about it. Okay, then we go to the next week. We're starting to get into like mid-August right now, right? And you're gonna get 3 things. One of them is the Lone Lion Vision card. This is a cool like Earth tanky vision card, but not something that I think a ton of people will bite on and go for. Plus, we're going to get the Demon Chimera Vision Card Esper combo. That is an MR, and Lamia is getting her 3-star awakening. Okay, pretty light week. Then we get 2 new units. This is getting into like mid to late August. We're going to get Verlic and Remure. So, okay. I don't really know much about these units, but I know they come sometime before Final Fantasy VII in JP. I'm assuming they're also going to come before Final Fantasy VII in Global. That's it. That's it. At this point, we would be ready for Final Fantasy VII, but we're too early, right? We're only into like late August at this point, and there's still a time gap there where we need a couple of weeks filled in. That's where those lost children show up. If you go back to that first slide where I'm talking about our lost children, the summer units, the winter units, they're going to just be slotted in at very strategic times. One of those times might be towards the end of August here, when it would be a big time visiore drain for people looking forward to Final Fantasy VII. So, okay, I'm going to recap kind of what I'm going for here. Like, what's my message here? Well, the first part of this message is stay strong. That's the first and last part of this message. The second part is look for Final Fantasy VII mid September. If we followed the JP schedule, kind of like I lined it out, which we won't because we never do follow it perfectly, Final Fantasy VII would have a gap of time. Somewhere in the middle of that schedule I just run through, the Lost Children, the winter summer units are going to drop, so be ready for that. And you know, like I said, stay strong. That's the theme of this. Know what your account needs, know what your budget is, and you know, don't break the bank before Final Fantasy VII, because I know y'all are going to break the bank for Final Fantasy VII, because I probably will too. Okay, that's it. I wanted to run you through the release schedule and kind of show you like what I thought was going to transpire between now and Final Fantasy VII Collaboration. I hope this was helpful in some way. If you liked it, please click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.